Hey, so how long have you been driving? Sir? Madam? Driverless vehicles work great in perfect conditions, but can it handle a dust storm? Let's find out. Hey, currently in a driverless car. This should be interesting because we're gonna make a left turn. The left turn signal is out. Let's see if the vehicle is smart enough to figure this situation out. Trained to...
Connected to rider support.
Can we have the car stop? Seems to be inching a little bit forward into traffic. Right now, I'm at an intersection.
I see. Thank you for letting us know. I have informed the team already of the situation, and we're trying to move your car now so you can be still going to your drop-off location.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Select the car. We'll try now to make a left turn here.
Awesome. This is excellent. Yeah, because if you're able to see the video feed from the exterior, you saw. So needless to say, I was very surprised that there was somebody who was watching over the car. I thought it was an autonomous vehicle. And this reminded me a lot of that situation with the alleged AI-powered walkout stores.
Go to those stores was to see, could we push this technology to its limits?
Well, turns out there were people watching from India. What do we have here? Been standing here for about 5 minutes. No less than 10 people have been confused about what to do when checking out. There are cameras mounted on the ceiling where people are monitoring which items you're taking. The AI was actually Indians. In the case of Waymo,
we may use interior cameras to check on riders, improve our product, and more.
Recording devices. There were people watching from the Philippines, so the AI was Asian Islanders. This got me thinking, a lot of companies are advertising their products as powered by AI, but how many of them are actually powered by AI? My name is Eric, and I've worked in the tech industry across many different sectors, across many different countries around the world. If you want to learn more about technology and society, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And despite the growing public mistrust of artificial intelligence, some companies still believe that AI is a selling point for their products. So many of them falsely claim that they're using AI. Now, this is very similar to greenwashing, where companies will pretend that their products are more eco-friendly than they really are. They'll just slap on a label that says eco-friendly or green packaging and call it a day, without actually putting in any work to make their products more sustainable. It's all for show.
All the sanctimony without all the effort.
In the technology industry, many companies are AI washing. They're pretending they're using AI as a selling point. They're either exaggerating or lying about how much AI is in their product. Now, when we say AI, we're talking about machine learning and neural networks. So, for example, ChatGPT, that is an AI product. It's using large language models, a mobile app that does image recognition. That is actually using computer vision and machine learning. However, some products are just slapping that label on there, hoping that nobody will notice. And AI washing happens at multiple levels. It happens at the corporate level and at the product level. Many companies will announce they're AI first, and they're launching an AI initiative. This is known as strategic AI signaling. In the past year and a half, many corporations mandated that employees use AI in some capacity. The companies are not actually thinking through an effective way to incorporate AI and integrate it into actual workflows to be effective. They're just doing it for show, so they can make an announcement that, hey, we're using AI, we're innovative, we're on the cutting edge. Despite the fact that statistics have shown that over 95% of AI pilots fail. Another negative consequence of AI washing is that corporations are using it as an excuse, as a scapegoat for layoffs, when in actuality, they're cutting jobs for profits, or they're offshoring, hiring people overseas. And it's not just the big corporations. Many startups are pretending to use AI in order to garner interest from investors. In a 2019 study, it was discovered that over 40% of European startups don't actually use AI. They were just pretending. And some companies will simply bolt on a chatbot or a voice assistant, hoping that this is going to solve all their problems. Take, for example, these fast food restaurants.
Customers complained the chatbot got orders wrong.
The AI at this fast food drive-thru started glitching and racked up a $15,000 bill.
Why does it says $147? Why does it say that?
What drink would you like for your
Oh, 15,000!
Give me a team member.
Now this one's crazy.
Listening in on your interactions with customers. The new BK AI was listening for certain words like please and thank you, so managers could see how their staff was performing on friendliness.
And in these cases, the AI chatbot is superficial. It's not actually effective at all. They're simply adding it so they could say, hey, look, we're using AI, we're innovative, and they're hoping they can get a news article about it. Well, you know how in greenwashing, some products will use very vague terminology, like they'll say they're eco-friendly, they're green, they're sustainable, but these are very loose definitions without any criteria. Hear me out, okay? This is going to sound crazy. Well, you see the same thing with technology products. Some products will say that they're powered by AI or that they're smart without any criteria. It's simply a false label to deceive consumers. For example, take a look at this AI coffee maker. It has some digital components to it, but it's not actually using machine learning or a neural network. It's just your everyday coffee machine with an app. And then we have this AI toothbrush that is just a timer that tells you when to stop brushing. I mean, that is not actually artificial intelligence. That's just a timer. Other companies will simply rebrand an existing product and pass it off as AI. Now, this one could be a little bit trickier to spot because if you're not technical, you might think, well, it's got a digital component to it. It seems like it's AI. So, for example, this smart mattress, saving user preferences and personalizing it. Take a look at this audio soundbar. It says that it's AI powered, but in reality, it's the same product that we saw a couple of years ago. The EQ and the noise canceling and some post-process filtering. Same product, just rebranded. Now, some products will have simple automation and rule-based programming. For example, stock trading apps and financial tech. Many functionalities are just rule-based and can be done in an Excel spreadsheet, but are passed off as AI. Here's another type of AI washing. AI washing machines. Some hardware products will have simple automation and sensors, but try to pass it off as AI. So let's go back to the self-driving car. Where does that fit into all this? We have to talk about the overstatement of automation. How much of a technology is actually automated? Some companies will straight up lie and say that their product is powered by AI when there's really workers, human workers behind the scenes manually inputting information.
This is a temporary measure to increase the legitimacy of the site.
For example, the Open Door real estate app. They claim they can predict pricing changes in the market using the power of AI. But in reality, Open Door was relying on an undisclosed human-driven process for pricing houses. In other words, they were changing numbers in a spreadsheet manually with humans. And in another case, Nate was supposedly an online shopping app that worked like magic. Okay, so that should be a red flag right there. A product claiming to work like magic. It claimed that it was using AI and machine learning, but in reality, it was relying on the manual labor of people in the Philippines. Again, can you please leave the Philippines out of your scams? And of course, we got the famous case of Builder AI. They allegedly invented a product that allowed customers to build complex websites and applications with the click of a button. And if you've been paying attention to the video so far, you could probably guess what happened next. Turns out there were over 700 programmers in India manually coding the websites by hand. However, in the case of driverless cars and the walkout stores, they were using a hybrid approach. Both systems actually used legit forms of artificial intelligence, but whenever things got complicated, a human would jump in and take control. Walkout stores used a multimodal approach, using a series of weight sensors, computer vision, and pose detection tracking, but in combination with human verification. Now, the reason this is necessary is because real-world scenarios are very complicated. For example, a family of 3 walks in, one person swipes their credit card, but you have multiple family members grabbing items off the shelf. A customer can walk in with a similar-looking product that they didn't take from the shelf, but they brought it in with them from outside. Or a customer can pick up a product, change their mind, put it back in the wrong place. It's hard to track all this information. And of course, this begs the question, is all of this even necessary? Okay, so back to the case of the driverless cars. The general public was under the impression that these automated self-driving vehicles were automated and driving by themselves because it's right there in the name. So the public was outraged when they discovered that these supposed autonomous vehicles were actually guided by humans. And you're never going to hear me say this ever again, but in Waymo's defense, this information has been public. They were never hiding it. This has been on their website for many years. In fact, the vehicle industry has clearly defined levels of autonomous driving, ranging from partial to full automation.
These human beings. Yes or no, does Waymo employ humans located remotely to help its vehicles navigate difficult driving scenarios?
Senator, they provide guidance. They do not remotely drive the vehicles.
The Waymo vehicles do drive by themselves most of the time, but humans do step in during dangerous situations. But these human agents are not steering the vehicle like it's a driving video game. It's more like a point-and-click video game. When the car gets in trouble, the system sends an alert. The human agent receives multiple choices and then clicks on the best option. This feedback helps the car take the right course of action. In some cases, the operators will drag and drop a target destination for the vehicles to follow. So they're not driving, they're giving hints. And to be honest, I don't even know which one's more dangerous. And to be clear, I am not advocating for Waymos or any robot taxis. I think there are better solutions to the transportation problems that do not involve experimental technology or offshoring of human labor. What I am advocating for is tech literacy, because remote agents are not new. They've been using them for years. The better we know technology, the better we'll understand the hidden dangers so we can act sooner than later. We should be scrutinizing and questioning every tech company before they go too far.
A safety issue.
Okay, so we've got some exaggerated AI, we have fake AI, we have AI that's actually humans. You might be thinking to yourself, well, I've got these AI meta glasses. It says it's a real AI. There are no humans involved. I have nothing to worry about, right? Wrong. Video from meta glasses are being reviewed by humans, and this has caused a lot of privacy concerns because data workers are reviewing the footage so they can tag and annotate the videos to improve the AI. That's pretty terrifying. Well, okay, meta glasses. Humans are involved, but you know what? I'm using chatbots. There are no humans involved in chatbots. You've got nothing to worry about, right? Wrong. Your AI girlfriend might actually be a worker in Kenya. And by the way, they're juggling 10 other accounts on 10 different phones. Sometimes they have to hand off the account to different people. So you're not even talking to the same worker the whole time. And by the way, all those hate comments that you see in the social media websites, we refer to them as bots, but very likely they're low-paid humans. There's a lot of fake AI out there. There's a lot of humans peering into my private conversations, peering into my video camera. I'm only going to stick with Claude and ChatGPT. That way I know for sure that there's no human reading my private information. I have nothing to worry about. Right? Wrong. Wrong. There are still people looking at your pictures and messages. When we say that they're training the machine learning algorithm, a human has to actually go in there and by hand manually annotate that information. That means all your messages, all your pictures, all your video, it's all seen by humans. The fact that so many companies have to fake their AI shows that AI is not a magical cure-all. It highlights how humans are better suited for certain jobs. I know that proponents of AI systems are going to say, well, we just need more data. We need better algorithms. Then that will solve all our problems. But we have to remind ourselves that AI is good for solving math problems. It's good for processing data. It's not good for complex human interactions.
When, let's.
And by the way, I am not anti-technology. I work in technology. But when we waste our time with fake AI products or pursuing these dead-end solutions, we take time away from real research that can make an actual difference. Folks, let me know, when you see that a product is claiming to be AI-powered, is that still a selling point or does that make you skeptical? And let me know if there are any other topics you want me to cover. Thanks for supporting human-created... Thank you for supporting human-created content. Appreciate all of y'all. Just like that, we're here. See, that worked flawlessly, without a hitch. Ah, crap, where am I? I think I'm in the wrong place. We'll see you soon.